Why am I confused? We've all been in these places before where we are desperately in need of clarity. And we feel like we're just stuck with what do I need to do? What is the thing I need to do? And I think our life kind of becomes clouded over. And it's almost like imagine we're in a we're in dusty ground. Like this is just dust and dirt. And the longer we sit here and kind of kick our feet around, it's like it kicks up all the dust and our life is engulfed in dust. And what we don't have is clarity. Oftentimes, what we need to do in order to get clarity is take a step. Just take one step. I think that confusion begins to pile up around our life and remove our clarity when we simply don't take steps. There's something it's almost magical that happens when we just move. So it might bring you to this question. How do I find my next step? Well, a couple of thoughts I would say. Have a conversation with someone who knows you. Oftentimes people, when they're trying to make a step, they look to a book by a stranger. I'm not against books, nor am I against strangers, but there's something pretty profound about a conversation with someone who knows you. They are able to sometimes very simply see the reality of where you are and very simply see something you can do. But that's if you have a conversation with someone who knows you. A second thought I would say is this. What if you pick up your right or your left foot, move it forward and put it down, and then repeat it? Confusion is a time that we get to in life. It's almost like confusion is the price that we pay for the lack of stepping that happens in our life. Oftentimes, it's things like fear and insecurity that keep us in this place. And going here requires things like courage or even love or things like faith. So I want to finalize by talking about just a couple of things. Because obviously steps that we take are really important. I think most people, the bigger problem is our lack of stepping. I think it feels like taking a wrong step is the worst possible thing we could do. I wonder if most people, our biggest problem is our lack of stepping. That's an interesting conversation. Do more people get held back in life because of wrong steps? Or do more people get held back in life because they do not step at all? So here's how we find many people in the work that we do. By the way, my name is Mark Delaney. We do a program called the Purpose Mastermind. Here's how we see people. Oftentimes people are blindfolded, living blindfolded. Imagine this person is like a baseball player, and in one hand they have the baseball bat, but with this hand they're holding on to this bruise they have in their side. And they're also dizzy because they've been in this place for so long that they're kind of like in the dust bowl, where they're just kind of moving in a circle and they're stirring up dust and the dust has clouded over their life and they don't have any clarity. Here's what we find. What people need is the blindfold removed, which oftentimes involves discussions with how we look at decision making. Like, why is it hard for me to make decisions? Is that a decision making problem? Or is it something deeper in that inside of me that causes me to have trouble making decisions? Because if I have something in me that prevents me from being a decision maker, well, life is full of decisions. So the decision in front of me isn't nearly as big a deal as the thing inside of me that prevents me from taking steps. Because life is going to look something like this. There's the continual need for taking steps. So if there's something that prevents me from doing this, the bigger problem is until I learn to be a decision maker, I'm going to miss out on a lot of things I could do in life. So when imagine someone blindfolded, if that blindfold comes off, like what would change? Maybe everything. Now, the bruise, what does that represent? That represents how we look at our past and our pain. Many people have a hard time moving forward in life because we are holding on to something that's gone wrong in our life. Either someone has messed us up or we have messed up, and we have a hard time looking past our past mistakes or our pain. And so we can't get both hands on the bat and swing with all of our might. And finally, I find that many people, we get to places where we're just dizzy. You know you've been dizzy before. I've been dizzy before. Don't you just feel awful? When we're dizzy, we just feel awful. All we want to do is lay down. Like, just stop the world. I just want to lay down. Well, this represents how we look at ourselves. Dizzy being a metaphor that it's hard to make decisions because we've lost sight of even who we are. So what we do with the Purpose Mastermind is we help people remove the blindfold, get over their past, and remove the dizziness of how they look at their life. Frankly, every human being we basically live the same life. We fill in the blanks differently. It's hard for all of us to take the next step in life because fear and insecurity is a thing for all of us. But the good news is, every single one of us, we have a purpose, and we can know that purpose, and we can be set free from anything that holds us back from living it out boldly. I hope that helps you today. If you're interested in having a conversation with us to discover if we are a good fit for where you're at in your life, maybe you feel like this person, and instead you want to feel like this person living with your cape on, markdelaney.com. Reach out to us. We can have a phone conversation. Maybe in one conversation, we can help you greatly. Have a great day.